Hi, hello, welcome to today's session, and today's topic is unification of Italy. Unification of Italy. So, the revolutionary uprisings, which are mainly taken place from 1831 to 1848. 1848 in Italy. In Italy, they are failed. They failed, and after 1848, the revolution was picked up, or revolution was led by Sardinia and Piedmont. Sardinia and Piedmont under the leadership of Victor Emmanuel II. I repeat once again. Today's topic is unification of Italy. So the revolutionary uprisings, revolutionary movements, revolts in Italy from 1831 to 1848, almost they failed. They failed after 1848. So the revolution and revolutionaries they took, or they are supported, picked up by Sardinia and Piedmont. These are the provinces. So under the leadership of Victor Emmanuel King, that is he is the ruler, or he is the king. So from Italy, different elites means the group of people, one who born in high birth or in high classes, or the group of people, one who is identified as higher class people in the society. Elite means it's like a social position. So the ruling elites in Italy, they believe that political dominance in Italy, it is possible only through the unification of Italy. So for that they followed, or they took active participation in the unification of Italy. Then most importantly, Italy, it is the home for Renaissance. It is the home for Renaissance. Renaissance means the rapid changes which are mainly taken place in different spheres. The spheres may be art, culture, customs, traditions, literature, scientific developments, industrial revolutions, different overall developments. So Italy, it is the hometown, it is the nation, it is the place where Renaissance was witnessed. So it had, along with that, Italy had numerous kingdoms, empires, or the regions which were mainly ruled by different dukes in different provinces or different regions. So these dukes are different provinces or the regions. They are mainly dominated by large or big powers like Austria, France, and even by Spain. Austria, France, and Spain. So Italy is hometown for Renaissance, and throughout the Italy was mainly ruled by different provinces under the control of different dukes. So these dukes are mainly dominated by big powers in Italy like Austria, France and Spain. And the downfall of these big powers, it was mainly due to some of the reasons. The downfall of these big powers, one who hold their control over the different regions ruled by different dukes in Italian province, it created some of the changes in Italian society. So the changes are: the changes are the Pope received papal states. Papal states. Papal means the place or the region which is considered, treated as the most important and the most dominant region where the Pope can involve in official works or his regular works. Pope means Padri. The person, one who is going to take the responsibility of the church. So the Pope, he received papal states. Papal states. So this is the first change witnessed in Italy and Italian society. Then the king of Sardinia got back his kingdom of Piedmont and the island of Sardinia. So the king of Sardinia, he got back Piedmont and islands of Sardinia. So here you wrote king of Sardinia, and again how you got Sardinia? That might be your question. So Sardinia, it was mainly controlled by three powerful big powers, namely Austria, France and Spain. So these got their powers, their dominance on Sardinia. Now downfall of those three big powers in Italy made the king of Sardinia to get back his last provinces, last regions, that is Piedmont and Sardinia. Then the Spanish king received the kingdom of Naples and Sicily. The king of Spanish. Or Spain. King of Spanish or Spain received Naples and Sicily. These are also the other regions or the other provinces which are taken under the control of big powers. Then Austria, it got annexed Lombardy. Austria annexed Lombardy and the other regions under her control. Then Austria dominated all the rulers of Italian peninsula. Now Austria, it became dominance in ruling the Italian province, overthrowing the three powers or the other two powers like France and Spain. Then the unification of Italy, it was very difficult to witness at once and to witness in a short period of time. The process of unification which we discussed in Germany, it was extremely different, which we are going to discuss in the process of unification of Italy, because this task, it was not completed by one person, and the unification of Italy, it was not associated with only the few events or incidents. It was mainly made completed by the involvement of different people, like Count Cavour, then Mazzini, and Garibaldi. So Count Cavour, Giuseppe Mazzini, and Garibaldi, these are the three different people, one who took active role in making the unification of Italy. So because of these three different people's role and participation and their involvement in making of unification of Italy, they are described with some of the key points to highlight about their nature. Count Cavour, he was compared to Brian. And the Garibaldi, he was compared to the sword, and Garibaldi is sword, and Jesus Mazzini, he was compared to the soul. Now let us discuss these three different people took active part in unification of Italy because of their involvement, because of their role, because of their participation, because of their importance in the unification of Italy. So these three people are mainly identified to one particular identity. So Count Cavour, he was described as brain. So what is the work of brain? Generally, it makes us to think, decide, analyze, and even goes on imagination, whatever, however you want. So it does most important function in our organs of the body. So that's why Count Cavour, he was described as brain because of his visualization, his thinking, his ways of different process which are given importance in the process of unification of Italy. So most importantly, the person went with giving plans and proposals. So proper plans and proper implementation of the plans is only possible when we goes on giving work to our brain. Then Jesus Mazzini was given importance to soul because he is the person one who went with giving a connectivity with the people, with making the people to involve in the process of unification of Italy by his way of communication in convincing the people for their active part and participation in the unification of Italy. Then Garibaldi is compared to sword because of his bravery, because of his skills, talents, and others in warfare activities or in battles. So, one by one, we will discuss about their part, role, participation in the unification of Italy in upcoming session. So, let us end today's session. Thank you once.